This is the Mohead Y'all Show, showcasing the newest and oldest beer styles,
Heady conversations,
behind-the-scenes clips,
and subscriber exclusives.
Do you like craft beer?
We do too.
I'm Million Blair.
And I'm Deacon Brother Trent.
Get ready to
Pour heavy.
Holy smokes, Brother Trent.
I feel like
because you had a Roush beer.
I feel like I should have a smoke in here right now, but the ambiance, right?
I love the ambiance
Right.
in here. Where are we?
We're at Kismetic.
What?
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 Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're at Kismetic. And who do we have with us on the table?
Yeah, we got the homegirl Nicole. We got the homeboy Ryan. We got beer. We're at Kismetic. Oh, man, so hyped to have y'all up in here.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks so much.
All right, so let's just get into it, yeah?
Yo, why don't we just get into it? So we got beer.
We do.
What do you got, D?
I've got their Schwarzbier.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dark lager. It's very good. I like this. I'm a huge Schwarzbier person, so I really like this. So good job.
Appreciate it,
You're
man.
welcome.
I love the history behind the style.
I do too.
I probably will always have one on draft.
Nice.
For that reason.
Cool.
Nice.
Good to know.
Nice. What y'all drinking over there?
I'm drinking our Hoppy lager right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking our banana nut bread Hefeweizen that we're actually releasing today.
Oh,
I might have that myself.
Nice. Look at him. And Brains has got the mango Passionfruit Berliner Weiss, right? Yep. Okay.
And it's about halfway gone already.
Yeah. And it's not red or green or it's clear like a Berliner Weiss should be.
Come
yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Good job on that too.
Come on
I
now.
try.
Man, there's do or do not. There is no try.
Facts. I feel like that gets everybody now, right? That's the line that gets everybody at this point.
It's a pretty universal sentiment.
100%.
No doubt.
All right.
You know, even where to hop in with y'all. I mean, the
Literally.
history. Seriously. Pun intended. Just remembering, bumping into Nicole. I mean, back in the day, Brains, what would have been like 18 probably? 18 or 19?
Yeah, maybe as early as 17, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was over at the previous brewery, Indiana City, from like 15 or so on. So it was when 16 maybe. So that's when I met you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it okay. Wow, long time. And boy, how things have changed since then.
It's a little bit different now.
A little bit different.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit different. So the two of you together, I mean, how did you two get together? What are your origin stories as a couple?
Well, I actually ended up interviewing and hiring Ryan at the tap room. So that's a taboo story, I guess, in that sense.
Is
This
that
has
how you
worked
got
out incredibly
hired?
well for me.
So luckily that worked out. And so Ryan was a taproom employee of mine, and then when we, started to fall in love, we moved Ryan. Ryan moved into production. And
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
did you sleep your way into production, Ryan?
You're gonna have to ask Nick that.
Getting into production for the girl. I see you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was all part of a long con that I enacted from the beginning.
Oh my God, genius! Well done.
And now look at him.
Look at him.
We see you.
As I said, it's worked out well for me.
So how did both of you get into the industry?
I honestly, I worked formerly for White Lodging in Marriott downtown, so I was in hospitality for a number of years. Had started a different side hustle with a girlfriend of mine where we were doing food pop-ups at breweries and at farmers markets. Yep, the Broke Chicks Chili that we were doing. And that's actually how I was mainly introduced to Indiana City, which was the first brewery that I worked at. I just got to know people there through the pop-ups, and then was ready to leave the corporate world, really was enjoying the beer community, and started out over there as just a taproom server.
Okay.
I kind of came into it at various times. My first job in the industry was working for Upland 2010, 2011.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, it was just as a taproom server up at the 46th Street location when it was just a little sliver hole in the wall. But I basically sold wine on and off for up to almost 15 years. Ran the alcohol department at Trader Joe's in Castleton, and then had a wine education business on the side where I would do, go into corporate events and people's houses and put on little educational things.
Nice.
So got to the point where I was pursuing my sommeliers and then realized I don't really like wine people. So
Write that down.
I got out of the industry, I bailed, as it were. And I was working at a winery, strangely enough. And the owner of Indiana City came in and kind of liked my bartending style. Asked me if I would want to interview. Walked up to the door. She kind of came and out of the darkness and opened the door, and I was got from the beginning.
And Cupid just arrowed your ass. Pow.
So thus my journey into craft brewing, and thus my romantic life all at once.
She saved you.
Yeah, very much so. Well, maybe I'd like to think we saved each other.
Yeah, for sure. I think
We were
so.
good for each other at the right time, I would say.
That's
Wow,
awesome.
that is awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow. And so then how did the genesis for Kismetic come along? I mean, you shared a little bit with us as we began to grow our relationship, us and Heaven and Dren and Mohead y'all and all of the things, and then we were doing Beer for Good. There was little seeds you were dropping around those times, when we would get together. How did all of that really start to come together to create what you have here right now?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was with the onset of the pandemic, and I was furloughed for 6 weeks. And that really gave me a lot of time to, when you're in a situation, you maybe don't totally see it from all sides or totally understand it. And having space and time away allowed me to really, look back at where I was at, where the industry was at, and see things that I just really didn't like and wanted to do something different. So I had reached a point for myself where I decided either I was going to start my own brewery or I was going to leave beer. So
Oh wow, it was like that.
Yeah.
You were literally at a crossroads.
Yeah, I was just it was just not going in the direction that I wanted it to go for myself. So yeah, I just thought a lot about what I wanted to see, and that's honestly what Kismetic is. It's kind of like, not antithesis, but it's like all the things that I wasn't seeing in the industry that I wanted to see is what we're trying to do, basically.
Interesting. So what's behind the name of Kismetic? Where'd you get that? How did you figure that out, and why?
Well, obviously, Kismet faded. It's a little bit of a portmanteau with kinetic. So we don't believe in things that are predestined, but we believe in the fate that we create. So
I like that.
It's an active participation in the making of your future.
I
love
like
that.
that.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that makes the beer taste even better. That's
Special
great.
sauce.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh.
Special sauce.
I should have said
good.
MSG. That would have been a better metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, I know the next beer they're going to be making, it's going to be like a crab ragoon or something,
I actually have a Japanese rice lager that's getting crispy right now. So I kind of messed up not dabbling.
Man, I love me a good rice lager.
And the MSG gonna be in full effect.
Oh man! Well, you can ask Brains. Every time we go to the Chinese restaurant and we leave, like it looks like I just got done at the bar. I'm so like loopy and just like and she's just like, we gotta quit going Chinese food. We gotta stop. You're addicted, man. I'm a main low-holic. Oh man! So, what made you guys decide to get in the time machine and hop back to 1972?
Well, one of the things that we wanted to see be different was I wanted it to feel a little bit more comfortable. I think a lot of breweries, and it was appropriate maybe more so for like the time when breweries were really first starting in Indy, that it was going to be a little more of that like warehouse, like you just kind of
Rigid, just
Yeah.
stiff.
a
Yeah.
little
Sterile.
bit
Yeah.
sterile, and kind of
Yeah.
cold, and it makes sense kind of where the genesis of where it all came from. But we wanted something that was like more comfortable and inviting, and it was like, well, cocktail bars can be really comfy. Why can't a beer bar be
right.
really comfy?
Yeah.
So and we also wanted it to feel not exclusionary for anybody, but more feminine and more comfortable for women, which has been super cool to see the number of days that there's just like a ton of women in here
Nice.
on their own, with friends, on dates, whatever it is. But
Nice.
as far as getting in the time machine, we owe that to the really talented designers, Joey and Sarah Jean Potts. They're Guide and Anchor. Yeah, they're amazing. Joey's been doing beer labels for years around Indiana, and Sarah
He was
Jean.
18th Street's first employee.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he did all of their logo or all of their labels, Pax Verum. I'm sure a number of other places that I'm not gonna think of right now, but they're super talented. So they honestly sat down with us and we had just a conversation about like things that inspire us, and a lot of things for Ryan and I. It was like the music of our parents was really important to us, and that really formed us. And from there, they created basically 3 different concepts for us that were all retro focused, but we liked this one the most because it was kind of retro future is what they referred to it as.
I like that.
I kind of got that, like
Yeah.
kind of like if Atari just came out with a console today, you know what I mean? Because they were kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I just got done doing advertising as an admin, and I just came here to Kismetic to get me a beer, right? So
I love that
yeah.
metaphor.
Yeah.
Especially with the wood paneling on the Atari.
Right. Well, and,
Right.
and your guys is like the vibe and like the way that you've got the type and everything is very Atari, like old school. I like that.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I really appreciate that.
They're just so talented.
Do you ever find yourself having thoughts like this?
Man, I would really enjoy having a few drinks tonight, but I'm not trying to fork over my hard-earned money or Uber or Lyft to take me somewhere just for the sake of being a responsible adult. I guess I'll just sit in FOMO and live vicariously through my friends on social media.
Or thoughts like this?
It would be so cool if I had enough space to host all my friends for dinner and beers, but my current crib isn't really set up to show off my culinary processes.
Your current situation doesn't have to be your final destination.
Buying a home has crossed my mind.
I'm not sure where to start.
Van Hoy Real Estate is here to meet all of your needs. You can expect an artistic and cultured, yet safe and strategic vantage on your next transaction.
For more Head Y'all listeners, Van Hoy Real Estate works out of Keller Williams Area 812.
Buying a home is a legitimate investment, usually the biggest investment people make in their lives. You deserve a realtor that understands that.
Let Van Hoy Real Estate help you navigate all of your home buying dreams.
Give them a call at 812-900-2823 or visit taylorvanhoy.kw.com.
Van Hoy Real Estate, your home, your investment, your realtor.
Working the hardest to put you on the map.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Really appreciate that.
They're just so talented. So yeah, it was like the retro throwback. All the furniture in here, with a few exceptions, is vintage. All the light fixtures are vintage. But then like the really bright colors being and like solid colors, not doing like the paisleys. Like that's a different kind of 70s.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
this little mashup we really
Right.
enjoyed.
I like the nuance of the lights, how it's kind of dark, but like there's certain spots that's lit up everywhere. So it's kind of got that cocktail bar feel that you're kind of looking for. What's up with the pews? You were mentioning something about that earlier.
Yes. So, when you write a business plan in 2020 and then you don't start your build out to like 2021, things cost a lot more money.
You ain't wrong.
That COVID inflation got us,
Yes,
man.
It's a supply
literally-
chain, man. It's a supply chain.
Yeah, it was the shipping container shit, right? Yeah.
Literally double everything. So we were trying to ball on a budget, and
Word.
we just found these on Facebook Marketplace, these church pews. And I'm usually like very anti-church pews, like in a bar setting. I think they're uncomfortable and like I'm just not here for it. But these were actually already this beautiful blue color, and that was like the big allure for it. And I went and checked them out. This church was closing and getting rid of them. And I let Ryan know, like, yeah, they're not that heavy. We'll be able to get them. It's totally fine. And it was, I would say, like,
I showed up in flip-flops and shorts.
Oh,
I-
she set you up, dude.
I picked up one side, and that seemed fine.
I am a large American, and when I put my hands on things, I expect them to move. I went and grabbed this church pew, and it probably weighed about 400 pounds. And so
I'm really bad at estimating. So you guys know.
she is a strong individual as well, but it rapidly devolved from there. We were supposed to take 4, we took 3 because that's all I was gonna do.
The flip-flops weren't going to stay together much longer after the 4th one.
It was also July in Indiana in an unair-conditioned building. On top of that, we had to get everything out ourselves. So it was, that was my bad.
Well, it was a learning experience, if nothing else.
That sounded like a booby trap to me.
Hey, but I am appreciative of the effort that you put
100%.
into play as I'm sitting on this blue pew on a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon.
This is our church.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do the Lord's work, so
I'm trying to tell you.
Preach.
that's why they call me the deacon. So, from hopping back in the time machine, what makes you guys brew the beers that you do? Because the way that I kind of see, they're very cosmetic beers, right? You're not really seeing things like this pretty much anywhere else, in my opinion. So what gives you the inspiration to brew these styles of beer?
I mean, not to sound arrogant, but I brew what I want to drink.
That's what I want to hear.
And if I'm not, I don't understand anyone that is in this industry and isn't their own favorite brewer. Like,
Interesting.
This is a passion project. You don't get paid enough. There's almost generally not a retirement plan there waiting for you. If you're not doing what you're passionate about, I just don't understand why you're doing it at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out flavors that please me. And I think the most gratifying thing on this whole process is to know that I'm not in a vacuum, and things that I enjoy, other people enjoy, even if it's a little bit more esoteric or off kilter.
Right, because most brewers or breweries say, well, we brew beer for people that want to drink our beer instead of brewing beers that they want to drink, right?
We heard that yesterday.
We did hear that
yesterday.
yesterday, as a matter of fact. So it really pleases me to hear you say that, because if I had my own brewery, I only banking the beers that I would want to be drinking, not what everybody else wants. And if you like them, then that's awesome. Come on back, right?
There's 70 other breweries in the metro area. And
70?
Yeah.
God damn.
So when people are, they're asking for styles maybe that I don't do, I'm more than happy to shout out people that focus on those things.
That's what's up.
And support the community.
That's
and,
what's up.
Rising tide raises all ships.
Come on,
Right.
brother. Preach.
But-
You preaching on something.
on.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
But I'm not going to make things that I don't feel good about, or there's beers that I've dumped because, there might have been factors that were beyond my control.
Sure.
There's a lot of learning processes building a brewery from the ground up. But
In a 100-year-old building.
in a 100-year-old building with, maybe contractors that didn't know what they were doing, but neither here nor there. So I think ultimately at the end of the day, you're just trying to put out something that you're happy with. And if that, I feel like that resonates with other people.
100%. It resonates with me.
Facts.
'Cause I hardly appreciate that. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So what led you to choose the location where you're
You
at
read my
here?
email.
Word.
Ryan and I have both been east side.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Yo, don't forget to check us out on
Facebook,
Instagram,
YouTube,
TikTok, and Patreon.
Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Take care of each other.
And always, pour heavy.